2016. It happened. It's come. It's gone.
It's over.
Like a month ago, and we're just getting this list done now.
Takes a while, man.
It does take a while to
Like,
see all these movies.
Most of these movies that came out in 2016 didn't even come to Lafayette till 2017. So.
You're right. So like this is why this list is so late, is because we both wanted to see enough movies to actually have on this list. So that's why this list is so late. But we saw the movies.
There's still a couple I haven't even seen.
Exactly. There's movies like Fences that I haven't seen. I haven't seen Fences. I haven't seen Lion.
Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures is one that I don't know would make my top 10, but I haven't seen it.
You gotta watch it.
I'm gonna see it. But we're gonna. How's this?
Edge of 17.
That's the one that I really pissed I missed. I'm really mad that I missed Edge of 17.
Great movie.
Oh man, that's God. I can't wait for that to come out on Blu-ray. I'm definitely gonna rent it and probably buy it because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it. But anyway,
I think you'll like it.
So we're gonna be giving our top 10. How this is gonna work is I'm gonna give my 10 through 6. Talk about it for a little bit. He'll give his 10 through 6, 5 through 2, and then we'll both give our number ones. And then I have honorable mentions that I'm gonna give after we do our top 10s, because if I do it now, it'll kind of spoil what's in my list. So, without further ado, let's start this shit. Coming at number 10 for me, Manchester by the Sea. This movie was heartbreaking to say the least. You haven't seen this, so I'm gonna keep it vague.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is some of the most realistic drama I have ever seen in my entire life. I did not feel like I was watching a movie. It felt like I was eavesdropping on real people. Casey Affleck, as we saw today, got nominated. I think he's going to win. So many scenes in that movie just broke my heart. I love Manchester by the Sea. It grows on you. Definitely check it out when you get the chance.
I need to.
Coming in at number 9 is Sing Street. Such a cool little fun movie, and it's so different from any other movie that came out this year, because everything that came out this year was either a big blockbuster, superhero, take over the world shit, or depressing as fuck. Sing Street was just a nice little movie about a 16-year-old kid who wants to impress a girl, so he comes up with this lie to start a band, and he's like, oh shit, I really want to impress this girl, so now I actually got to start up the band, and it's about that and about the formation of the band I really love, with a great...
It's classic heartwarming kind of...
Great heartwarming, and you definiting need to see this movie.
I need to finish watching it.
Yes, you need to finish watching it. And
things came up.
Great performance by the brother. I think his name is Jack Reiner. I haven't seen him in anything, but I need to see him in more stuff because he was the older brother. He was so funny, so good.
He was good.
Love Sing Street. Great music. Didn't get any love at the Oscars, which is bullshit. But definitely seek out Sing Street if you haven't. Loved it.
It's politics, man.
Coming in at number 8 is The Nice Guys. Now,
Nice Guys.
When we originally saw it, I thought it was really fun. Never thought I'd be one of my favorites. Then I rented it on Redbox and watched it again and loved it.
Really?
You notice, dude, the script is so clean. It's so nice. It's like you pick up on jokes and things that every time you watched it. Yeah, I've seen it 3 times. Something new every time.
That's good.
Ryan Gosling gives one of the best comedic performances of the decade. I'll say that right off the bat.
Really?
He was, oh my God, he's so good in that movie. So good. And Russell Crowe is like a perfect...
It was enjoyable.
Perfect companion piece for him, and the movie's a lot of fun. It didn't make enough money, which is unfortunate. So if you haven't seen The Nice Guys, please seek it out. Yeah, buy it. Don't fucking torrent it. Don't do anything. Buy it and show it love because it definitely deserves it.
Buy it.
Coming in number 7 is Deadpool. Now, this is one of those personal ones for me.
Not surprising.
I saw Deadpool in the theater way too many times that I care to admit. But
we saw it together the first time.
We did see it together.
We had to sit right in the front because we came in a little late.
It was so bad. We came in like really late, and we sat at the very end, and we had to look up like this. But it's okay because it still made the list because it's still awesome. I loved it. To me, this is everything that I wanted a Deadpool movie to be. Ryan Reynolds is the only Deadpool, the only Deadpool, hopefully, in my opinion. I just loved everything about it, and I love the X-Men nods. I love the movie references in it. Just all around fun film. The best time I had all year was in Deadpool. And coming in at number 6 is Moonlight. Now, the only reason Moonlight is not higher is because this list is based on like my personal preference and rewatchability. I can't see myself rewatching Moonlight often, so that's why it's number 6. But Moonlight was a movie that stuck with me, and then stuck with me, and then stuck with me until I still think about it today. There's just scenes in that movie that just like breaks my heart, and it's shot so beautifully. I think it should win Best Cinematography. I think it's the best cinematography all year. It's an amazing, realistic story. I love Moonlight. To me, it's a near flawless film. I told you this earlier, but I'll say it again. It's one of those movies where somebody comes up to me and asks me, show me a movie to get into the film. I want to get into filmmaking. This joins that category. Moonlight joins that list of movies that I would show to people who want to get into filmmaking. Love Moonlight. So that is my 10 through 6.
Okay.
That is my 10 through 6. What is yours?
Beautiful.
What is yours?
Number 10.
Number 10.
Silence.
Silence. Okay.
My Scorsese nod.
Scorsese nod.
Yes. I almost left it for honorable mentions. Almost. But I feel like the production value of Silence deserves, recognition, and it deserves to be on my top 10. Just the filming alone, and Garfield's performance, and Liam's performance also was awesome.
Yeah.
It's not everyone's movie. It's definitely really has a
Adam
lot of
Driver
religious.
too. Really good.
He was really good. Every actor in that movie was solid. Then
Oh yeah.
you almost, even though it is a slow burning and people would call it boring, it's a movie that really puts you in an unfamiliar place. And
I agree with that.
Growing up as a dad being a pastor, like that religious tension in the film kind of touched me. But it was. I wish there would have been a little more to the script. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. Number 9. What's up?
Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say it was a passion project from Scorsese. He got to do it. Glad he got to do it. But what's your number 9?
Number 9 is Conjuring 2.
Oh,
Which is
okay.
interesting.
I like that. That's that's like a Deadpool for me. Go ahead. I like it.
I think that it's really rare nowadays for there to be a good horror film, and especially a sequel to a horror film.
That's even more true.
And I enjoyed The Conjuring 1 and 2, but we're talking about the second one because it came out last year. And it was just such a good. It was scary, I've watched it several times since it came out, and it's a good movie. And it has its flaws, just like all the James Wan's movies. But I think like it will be looked at as one of this time period's best horror films. So
Nice.
I liked it.
Haven't seen it, but
you need to watch it, man. Have you seen the first Conjuring?
I have, and I loved it. So I definitely need to see Conjuring.
It was
on my
weird.
list.
It was bizarre, but it was so much fun to watch. Number 8 is Sausage Party.
I love that pick.
Oh yes,
I love it.
Yeah, Sausage Party is it's a hot dog erection. Like that is like the poster for the film. I mean,
What did you say on your letterbox? It was
Oh,
that should have been the tagline of the movie. What was it?
I'm pulling it up right now. I can't remember for the life of me, but
It was like I never saw something so stupid yet so smart.
stupidity has never been so fucking smart.
That's it. That should have been the fucking tagline of the movie.
Because that movie really makes you think, oddly enough, like about what they're trying to say, but at the same time, it's just like this huge satire, and also at the same time, it's the stupidest fucking movie to come out like in the decade. Like my girlfriend, she was like, "I'll never watch a movie like that again." And I was
That's
like,
true.
I was like, what movie?" And she was like, "An adult, like cartoon." And I was like, "But that's like the whole gig of it,
Right?
know? Like it's so unique. It's never been before seen." So I loved it. It was really enjoyable. Number 7 is Don't Breathe, which I actually think 2016 was a good year for horror films, surprisingly. Don't Breathe was from the Evil Dead creators. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's such a good suspenseful thriller, and it's a movie that you can watch over and over, and it's enjoyable, even though it's a horror film and it's a thriller. It's crazy enough to keep your entertainment going. Have you seen it?
I have seen Don't Breathe. Yes, I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Good.
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
And clocking in at 6, before we switch back over, is The Edge of 17.
That's the one I missed.
The modern day John Hughes film, as people have been calling it. It's such a good, easy to watch. Like when the movie was over, I just sat there like and had a smile on my face, and it really makes you reminisce, about that time, like the high school
Yeah,
days.
I hear it really hits you. I haven't seen it.
Oh,
but
it's
I
a
hear it
hard
hits you.
hitter. Woody Harrelson is so freaking good. The main actress, I forgot what her name is. Do you know?
I believe her name is Haley Steinfeld. I don't know.
Haley Steinfeld. Yeah.
Steinfeld. Yeah.
She's awesome. All the actors are really great. It's a movie I think that everyone can watch and will enjoy. So, yeah.
Nice. Good list. Good 10 through 6. One on there, I really want to see Conjuring 2, but the first one that I'm going to see on that list is definitely Edge of 17.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as
I'd
I
recommend
get a
that.
chance to see that movie, I'm taking it. I'm dying to see that. I love the sausage party in there. I love it. I love that.
It had
it's-
to be.
I love that it's in there.
Seth Rogen comedy of the year.
Of course. Coming in at my number 5 is Patriots Day.
Solid.
This movie, we saw this together a couple weeks ago.
Of course.
And we were both just blown away of how much we actually love that movie. Like I was expecting to go, Patriots Day was really good, and it was gonna be in my honorable mention. And Mark Wahlberg has never made me cry before, but he made me cry in that movie.
No, what are you talking about?
What? No. Come on, guys. Take an interest in science.
Gotta-
What? Optimus, get over it. All right, I'll just
We
go.
gotta give him shit.
We got to give him shit because I love
he's
it's
good.
Marky Mark.
'Cause he's Marky
I
Mark.
love Marky Mark. Even when he's bad, he's good.
There's a TV show about his family.
But I think this Marky Mark, I keep saying that. Mark Wahlberg gives in his best performance, I think, of his entire career.
I think so.
I loved it. He made me cry. But Peter Berg, to me, is the real star of this movie. That shootout scene, heart was pumping so fast, I thought it was literally going to pound out of my chest. It was so intense. I could go on and on about Patriots Day, but definitely see this if you haven't. Coming in number 4 is this is like my personal movie on this list,
It's a
and that
guilty
is.
pleasure.
Well, for me, I wouldn't call it a guilty pleasure, and that's Civil
I'm
War.
gonna call it that.
I will argue to you, like I have to the day I die, that Civil War is, yes, it's a superhero movie, but that doesn't mean superhero movies can't be really good.
It just lost me, man. But I'm not. I won't say anything else.
Nothing beats that airport scene for me. That was literally like me as a 8-year-old kid playing in my room with all my toys. That's what I felt while watching that airport scene. And they finally got Spider-Man perfect. They absolutely 100% nailed Spider-Man in Civil War. I loved it. I love the tension of Robert Downey Jr. and Captain America and Iron Man. I love the battle at the end with them and Bucky. I was not expecting the end. I would guess revealed that Bucky actually is the one that killed Tony Stark's parents, which I was not expecting that, and it really hit me. So I felt a lot of different emotions watching Civil War that I guess other people didn't. But for me personally, I think Civil War was great and some of the best action I've ever seen in a comic book movie. So I love Civil War, and that's why it makes number 4. Coming in number 3 is Hell or High Water. Oh,
Awesome.
man. Dude, my top 3 is literally like, this could definitely either...
Brutal.
Yes, like it could be number 1 in any other year. Man, Hell or High Water was not
Hidden gem, man. Like
very hidden gem.
hidden gem of the year.
You watched it. Did you ever see the trailer to Hell or High Water?
No.
If you watched it, I watched it after I saw the movie. And if you watch the trailer, it looks like a movie that you would find on Netflix and be like, oh no, scroll over. Like it doesn't, and the movie is so good and it's so simple, but
So well shot.
so well shot. The screenplay is amazing, and I actually got a best screenplay nod, which I'm very excited about. I actually hope it wins. It just takes a simple story about 2 brothers, one's good and one's bad, and they're robbing banks, and the way the story plays out and you find out why they're doing what they're doing is amazing.
One's good, one bad. They're robbing banks together.
Like you see that every single year, but it works in this movie. It really
It
does.
works. Yeah, it makes you think. about the character's intentions and what's really right or wrong.
I love it so much. Ben Foster was amazing. Chris Pine showed that he was actually not just a pretty boy and actually a really great actor. Jeff Bridges was great, and his partner was also great. I don't know his name, but the guy who played
The Mexican guy?
the guy who are like Indian. He was like, because Jeff Bridges kept joking that he was like Mexican and Indian the entire movie.
Yeah.
Which was hilarious. Their banter back and forth.
You would
was
know him
amazing.
if you saw his face.
Oh yeah.
Just show his face.
Definitely see Hell or High Water. I think it's honestly one of the best modern westerns to come out in the last few years in recent memory. Loved it so much.
It's up there with No Country for Old Men and
Definitely.
510 or 310 to Yuma.
310 to Yuma. Yeah, that's the one that I brought up
Great
whenever
movie.
I had watched it. So that's the number 3. Clocking in at number 2 is La La Land, the movie that just got 14 Oscar nominations.
14.
What can I say about La La Land that hasn't already been said? It's just a great movie. Emma Stone is one of the most likable screen presence I've ever seen. Ryan Gosling, like I said earlier with The Nice Guys, he is an amazing comedic actor, and he shows it again in this movie. And I love the story. Everybody knows the editing, the direction, the cinematography, the score. Everybody knows that's great. That's what's been getting a lot of praise. But the thing that hit me the most about it is coming from somebody like myself who wants to move to LA or move away from home. I loved how it showed that when you do that, you might succeed in what you're trying to do. I'm not going to spoil it, but you might succeed in what you're trying to do. But not everything's going to stay the same. You're going to lose things. And that's sad. It's sad. It's a sad reality that we live in, but La La Land really captured that. And the ending made me cry. And I hate musicals. I cannot stand them. But La La Land was amazing.
Very enjoyable.
I've seen it twice now, and I can't wait to buy it on Blu-ray and rewatch it. So rewatchable. I loved everything about La La Land. I honestly have like no complaints. After seeing it a second time, La La Land or Hell or High Water, I don't have any complaints with either one of these movies. So definitely see all of these movies if you haven't, but definitely check out La La Land when you can. So that's my 5 through 2.
All right.
What is
Back
yours,
at you.
good sir?
Well, mine is a lot like yours.
Oh, it's similar? Okay.
Number 5, though, it's a little out of place.
Okay.
But 5 is Hell or High Water.
Nice.
I think you've kind of touched up on it already. I think it was a really unique Western movie
I
that
agree.
kind of really haven't seen before, and at the same time we've also seen it before multiple times. But like it's just such a well done movie. You can't help but enjoy it. And it's like it came out of nowhere. I hadn't seen a trailer for it, and you just brought it up to me one day, and I went and watched it, and
I know. I
it
was
was good.
literally
It was
like,
such a good film.
I remember when I brought it up to you, I was like, hey, Josh, you should watch Hell or High Water. What's that? Watch it. And then you text me later that day or like the next day. It's one of the best Western movies I've seen in a while.
That's exactly it. Number 4, this is considered a 2016 film. For those who didn't know, but M. Night Shyamalan's Split.
Oof.
Number 4.
Let's not talk about the ending because a lot of people haven't
yeah.
seen it.
I'm gonna let you all go see it before we talk about that. But
Yes, definitely.
it's a really good movie, guys.
Yes, it is, man.
M. Night's back for sure. James McAvoy, his performance was killer. It was scary. It made you think. It was every component to make a good thriller, psychological horror movie they had, and it was awesome, man. Like I would rewatch it right now if I had the ability to.
Yes, definitely.
Number 3, my number 3 is Patriots Day. I think you've said a lot about it already, a lot of good things, but I think that down the line, Patriots Day is going to have a lot more of a better reputation than it does now. Like people liked it, but it didn't do well at the Oscars. I think it's because Peter
Or
Berg
box
is like
office.
releasing so many movies that like it's becoming kind of like a cliche almost. But I think that once you like take away Lone Survivor and Deepwater Horizon and how Peter Berg sets a movie up, Patriots Day on its own is like a really good cop movie. You know, it's
Yeah.
a really unique, really soul America kind of movie, and it's a good watch. You know, it's fun. It's hard at points. It's hard to
Yeah,
watch.
it's hard to watch. It's definitely the whole bombing
brings
sequence.
tears to your eyes. Marky Mark's awesome.
I also want to say real quick about
J.K. Simmons
Patriots
is
Day.
awesome.
Yes, he was great. I also love how like I didn't talk about it whenever I said it was maybe my number 5, but I loved how it showed that, and especially like in America today in society, how everybody look at cops and see them as horrible people and they're all bad, and
Cops have a bad rep
they
today.
have a very bad rep today. And I think like some of them are not good. I agree, but not all of them are terrible. Like the media likes to make you think they are. And I thought Patriots Day really showed
The heart.
the heart, and not every cop is an evil fucking person who wants to kill everybody. And
People will call it a propaganda movie for sure. It'll be said, but
But-
it's not true.
I also just love the fact that, you know, it was about this town that just came together. It showed that,
Like
like,
Boston, man.
yes, I just loved it.
Bostonians.
No matter how different you are, this entire community can come together and work together to actually beat the greater evil, or come for the greater good. Come together for the greater good. And,
Catch terrorists, man.
yes, I just want to add that because I forgot to say that whenever I mentioned it. But
Go if you want to support cops, just watch the movie, and then you'll feel good about yourself.
yes.
Number 2 is also your number 2, La La Land, of course.
Okay.
Everyone's probably like, well, what's number 1?
What's that? I know, right?
But I think La La Land was one of the best musical, like probably my favorite musical of all time.
Oh, it's
I mean,
hands down mine. It's
like,
not even close.
I like Sound of Music, but La La Land tops it. Ryan Gosling, Amy Adams together was so enjoyable
Emma
to watch.
Stone.
Emma Stone. What did I say? Amy Adams.
Amy Adams.
Whoa, that was
Amy Adams was great in La La Land.
She was good in Arrival, but
She was.
she didn't get an Oscar nom.
But go ahead.
Anyway, yeah, Emma Stone, who's always awesome, was again awesome, and it was enjoyable. And like you were saying, it really makes you, as far as someone like ourselves who are interested in film and that business, it definitely touches us,
yes.
more than it would other people. But it's also a tale of following your dreams, so it
Exactly.
applies to anyone.
Exactly.
And love, like Love and Dreams is what the movie's all about, and it's just such a classic. It's gonna be like one of the like American hits.
I agree.
It's gonna go down as a classic for sure.
I agree. So
We can talk about number 1 together, I guess.
I guess we could talk about number 1 because our number 1 is the exact same. You just want to say it at the same time? We'll say 1, 2, 3.
Hacksaw
Ridge.
fucking Ridge.
Oh shit! I should have added the fucking in there
You
to
should've.
emphasize it. But let's talk about this, baby.
Mel Gibson is back with a shotgun,
man, and I am
he's angry.
He's angry, and I'm so excited to see that he got love at the Oscars. I did not think the only thing that I gave Hacksaw edge at getting like nominated was Andrew Garfield. That's the only thing that I thought it was going to get, but it actually got Best Director, Best Picture, which I'm
And it got a ton of nominations. Andrew Garfield got Best Actor,
Best Actor. Dude, Hacksaw is just
editing, everything.
our friend Andrew texted me yesterday. He saw it for the first time, and his text message, you read it,
Perfect.
was perfect. He texted me, "Did Hacksaw Ridge make you cry?" And I put, "Yes, it did." The
Hell
entire
yeah.
third act, I was in tears. The entire third act, I was in
I
tears.
feel like I teared up once every act,
The whole movie's great. Like I loved. A lot of people think
start to finish.
a lot of people think the beginning is like kind of cheesy, but for me it worked. I thought like, yeah, it was kind of cheesy, but like it was
Necessary.
necessary. Like I thought I really enjoyed the
enjoyed
love
it.
story between him and
It was adorable.
yes, very adorable. And between Andrew Garfield and the actor, I don't know the actress' name, but their relationship was really good. What's the dad's name? Help me out here. Hugo Weaving.
Hugo Weaving.
Hugo Weaving was really, really great. I loved his story. I loved everything at the beginning, but that third act, our friend Andrew texted me and said it was like the second coming of Christ, and I really laughed at that. But you know what? That might be my favorite third act ever.
Damn.
Ever. I'm not like when I first watched it, I thought, oh, this is like right behind Saving Private Ryan. But looking back on it, dude, that third act might be on par with Saving Private Ryan, which I never thought I would say on
It's
camera.
awesome.
It's so good. If I know some people that don't want to watch this because Mel Gibson's directing it, please, if you're one of those people, for the love of God, put that aside.
Yeah, that's
please.
stupid.
That's put that aside. And like, I know you have your opinions on Mel Gibson.
We all make mistakes.
Everybody makes mistakes, and this is not about to praise how great Mel Gibson is as directing. This is about praising a great story, great performances, and a very, very great movie. Please go see Hacksaw Ridge if you haven't. I loved it. Obviously, you loved it.
It's really hard to make a top 10 list, but when I was thinking about it, it was the first movie that like I started with number one. I was like, one was Hacksaw Ridge,
Right?
two was La La Land, and then I did the rest. Like,
Exactly.
It was really just a battle between Hacksaw and La La Land, and
It was for me too. It was, and it actually flip flopped for me for a little bit.
really,
But
I haven't seen either one of them twice yet because they're not on DVD.
I definitely go see. Well, you can't. Hacksaw's out of the theaters now, but definitely like rewatch them if you can. The only reason I put Hacksaw above it is because that third act did like I was emotionally like
Tarnished.
that
Torn
entire
apart.
the entire third act. Not one piece, not 10 minutes. The entire like back half of that movie, I was on the edge of my seat, chills stood out my body, in tears.
And not to mention, like
Oh.
Vince Vaughn owns the second act, and he's
Right?
hilarious.
He was so fucking
He's the-
good.
I
in
think that was
second
my
act.
favorite drill sergeant performance.
I agree.
I was like, I
agree.
was not expecting that act. Like, I was expecting the final act. I was expecting because Mel Gibson. It's Mel Gibson, you know, Braveheart. You know, he's awesome at action sequences. So I wasn't surprised by the third act. I was satisfied, more than satisfied. But the second act was what really surprised me because I was not like I like Vince Vaughn, but that was so good, so funny.
Oh, so good. And not just like that. The second act surprised me like you in the sense of like usually in those type of movies, the second act is where it kind of dulls.
And it wasn't. It did
At
not
all.
stop.
Did not stop. Vince Vaughn, Sam Worthington was great. And the second act is also where you get the Hugo Weaving stuff, which I thought was really great. We're going to stop talking about Hacksaw Ridge because I'm pretty sure we can talk. We've loved it so much we can like sit here
We
and
can
talk
go
about
forever.
it. Yeah, we could go forever. So that's our top 10. I'm gonna say some honorable mentions that I didn't quite make my list that at one time or another was on my list, and that is Zootopia, Zootopia, 10 Cloverfield Lane, Star Trek Beyond wasn't on my list, but that was a lot of fun in a year of shitty blockbusters. Star Trek Beyond was a lot of fun. Sausage Party was like my number 10 for a good bit. I love Sausage Party. The big one that didn't make my list or yours is Arrival.
I think I need to watch it again.
That's the big. Me too. I agree. We both watched it just once. It might make my list if I rewatch it. I really liked Arrival. I loved Arrival, but it just didn't.
It was good. It
Yeah,
was different.
It was on my since we saw it. It was on my top 10. But like as I saw more movies, it just kept going lower and lower until eventually like it was like number 11. But my last honorable mention is a movie that I just saw recently, and it's like you said, it's considered for 2016, and that is Split.
Split.
And actually, after rewatching, when I do finally rewatch it, it actually might make my list. Who knows? But so yeah, that's
Things change, rearrange.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
I think you pretty much covered 10 and Cloverfield Lane was the one that almost made my list.
Yeah.
And Arrival. I think those two are like
The big ones.
the big ones, yeah. Zootopia, of course. Zootopia was on my list, and then it got pushed off.
Yeah, same. Zootopia was my number 10 for a good bit, or like number 9. 10 Cloverfield Lane. Honestly, real quick, that actually would have made my list probably if it wouldn't have been for the last 10 minutes. Because I thought leading up to that, I thought the movie was a perfect thriller, and then that last 10 minutes happened, and I was like,
But it's worth
you
seeing.
fucked it
It's
up.
worth seeing.
Oh, definitely worth seeing. But that's our list. It
That wraps it up.
It wraps it up, man. So
Go see some movies, guys.
go see some movies. Go support these movies. Wasn't a great year for blockbusters, obviously. I only have like one of them on here. But hey, it was a great movies. It was a great year for like independent movies and everything.
It was a great year for
smaller
films.
Oh yeah. So definitely see these movies if you haven't. And that's it from me. My name is Jordan. What is your name?
My name is Josh.
His name is Josh. So let us
Joshy
know what
Josh.
your top 10 is in the comments below, guys. And until next time, see you later.
Love y'all.
Have a good day. Love you.